Alright, welcome to the inaugural episode of the Chip Show, where we cover geek news, geek current events, anything and everything nerdy. For the first episode, I thought we'd talk about the new Star Trek movie, which has come out. I personally have seen it twice now, and I gotta say, personally, I loved it. Later we'll have an interview with an old Trekker from way back, Mark Lowther, and in the meantime I'll give my personal views on it, personal recommendations. Now, for those of you unaware, this new one is directed by J.J. Abrams, and he goes back and reboots the old franchise, showing the origins of the classic crew of the Enterprise, Kirk, Spock, McCoy, all the old team. There's been huge debate on the internet about canon this, canon that, they change too much. Personally, I've never been a purist. Yes, they did change a lot. Yes, it is a reboot. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. However, Abrams was very respectful in the way he explained the differences, in a way that I believe no Trekker should be too upset about. That being said, every aspect of this film was top-notch. Special effects, obviously. Writing, great. Acting, great. In fact, I want to talk a little bit about the acting for a moment. A lot of the characters surpassed my expectations. Specifically, I was not expecting Chris Pine as Kirk to do that great a job, but he really did. He really pulled it off. Another one I was iffy about was Simon Pegg as Scotty. And don't get me wrong, I always found him a very talented actor, but to me he never really fit the Scotty role in my mind. That is, until I saw the movie, which, quite frankly, I felt he nailed the part spot on. So, yeah. Now we're going to go to an interview with Mark Lowther, and for those of you who have not seen the movie yet and plan to, be aware there are a few spoilers in this interview. So, with that being said, let's go on over and talk to Mark. Alright, we're here with Mark Lowther, a fellow Trekkie, who also saw the movie opening weekend.
Of course. Hello?
Well, first off, I want to ask you, what was your general impression of the movie?
Okay, well, first of all, a little history. I remember watching the first shows when they came on TV. That's all of it. Waiting up every week for them to come on. And through the years, I've learned the important lessons from Star Trek, that no matter who you are, what you look like, what your disabilities may be, nothing stops you. But you've seen the shows. It's just fantastic. And the movie's carrying that on. I love it. I think it's fantastic. It's a new approach. It's fresher. It's more edgier. And I like it a lot.
So you feel that the movie conveys that same sense of, everyone can do it, like the original did?
Well, I hope so. Maybe I'm just carrying that over. But the promise of Star Trek, to me, was the fact that, like Gene Weinberg during the Cold War, where Russia was our enemy, put a Russian on the bridge. Because he thought of a future where it doesn't matter, what country you're from, we're all the same. We're all from Earth. We're all brothers, we're all sisters. Very first interracial kiss was on Star Trek. Whoopee. Nowadays. But back then, it was, in the South, they didn't even air the show. They refused to air it. Geordie LaForge, handicapped, running, engineering. Doesn't matter. And I hope that's the message that will continue on with this.
Great. So, was there anything specific in the movie that you really liked? Or, I guess what I'm asking is, did you have a favorite part?
Wow. I can't think of anything I like more than anything else. It was just all fantastic from beginning to end. It just ran. I love the scenes with Spock. He's always been my favorite. I was really devastated when Vulcan, if you haven't seen the movie, turn your head away, when they lost Vulcan. To me, I was hoping they'd find some way to go through time and bring it back, but maybe later.
Well, So you mentioned Spock. Do you like Zachary Quinto as a Spock?
Love it. Fantastic.
He did a good job.
Yeah. I watched Heroes on occasion. I'm not too impressed with the show itself, but him as Spock, couldn't ask for better.
Good.
I'm not upset with any of the casting, to be honest with you. It's always fun. I love it.
So no specific favorite part. Did you have any particular aspect that you thought was, particularly good? Special effects, writing, production?
I love the writing. To me, it did not stagnate in any area. I mean, it's flowed.
That's true. It was non-stop action.
Yeah, it
couldn't
was.
catch my breath.
And you just couldn't wait to see what was going on. You know, I had to go to the bathroom. I got to go get some popcorn. No, I don't. I'm not going to leave. It's just fantastic. I love the writing. I love the special effects. When I went home after watching it, I put on another the latest before now Star Trek movie, and Nemesis, and I was really let down. You can't go back again, right? Thomas Wolfe said that. Maybe he needs that as well.
Now, as we all know, nothing's perfect. So, in your opinion, what were some of the cons of the film?
Wow. You know what? I really can't think of any. I'm sure there are a lot of people that detractors who will say that this needs to be different or that needs to be different. But it was a new concept. It was a rebirth thing. And for what it was, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it's fantastic. We got to remember that it is a revamp. We're bringing it fresh to a new generation, and it's a great start. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Don't change a thing. I understand there's some stuff that they took out for time continuity.
I
want to see that. Yeah,
I was disappointed at some of the scenes they decided to remove. And spoiler alert for people watching, the scenes with Nero in the prison, Spock's birth, things like that were originally supposed to be included.
Wait for the DVD, right?
Yeah, definitely. Or if I can get my hands on it sooner somehow. There's been a huge debate among Trek fans, canon this, canon that. Do you feel that this is a good movie that most Trek fans will enjoy?
You'll love it as a Trek fan. You'll love it as a non-Trek fan. I was listening to a film critic. She was talking this morning, as a matter of fact, about how she dated Trekkers in the past and would go to the shows and the conventions, being a good girlfriend, as she quoted. Never got it, never understood it until she saw the movie, and it all made sense to her. And now she's considering herself a Trekker, which is kind of fun.
Fantastic. Yeah. Now, the film has a PG-13 rating. Where do you consider the movie to fall in terms of family friendliness?
You know what? There's a lot of violence, but there's not blood and there's not gore, and there's a big difference there. Maybe that's where the PG-13 comes from. There might be a few words slipping now and then. But other than that, I don't see a problem. I would take my 12-year-old and up.
And I'd say I agree with that. For you parents out there, there is just a smattering of cursing and a few sexual moments, but overall it really is a pretty clean movie.
It's fast. It's fun.
It's very fast, and most of the violence is not realistic.
They're balls and brawls, aren't they?
Okay, well that part, yes, but
well, like in the old westerns on TV, you see people punch them out, but there's no it's blood and gore. I mean,
right.
It's just fighting. Which I'm not advocating that, but
right. So overall, rating 0 to 5 stars. What do you give?
I'd give it 5 right now. I'm in such a rush to see it. I did not do the IMAX because it was sold out for days. But I'm going to. I could see it again right now and enjoy it just as much. And I can't say that about every movie.
Well, thank you very much,
thank
Mark.
you, sir. Appreciate it.
That about wraps it up for us. Hopefully you enjoyed our inaugural episode, and you'll tune in next week. All right, see you later.